Greetings, 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 greetings. What the deal? What the deal is? This is your brother Chief Line Igor Elohim. Now I'm certainly sure you guys are familiar with probably heard it before. BET is not owned, by people who look like us. All right. However, they are the ones controlling the culture, so to speak. All right. And the propaganda, the Tyler Perry's and all these different shows, right? So let's take a listen.
Even owned by BET is not even owned by black people. The Redstone family, they're Ashkenazi who own BET, and now look what's on BET. I mean, a lot of it's negative stereotypes and stuff like that. If black people own their own media, they wouldn't allow a lot of negative stereotypes even on there. Now let's go back to American black culture back like 1950s, 1960s. They had very low divorce rates. They all dressed really nice. They were all polite and everything like that, and with any culture. But everything started going downhill when they had somebody else take control over their media and started profiting off their own demise. Because I remember even hearing Kanye West talking about this, like 1990s. That's when all this like gangster stuff coming out.
Yeah.
And they had all these like self-demeaning music videos and everything like that. Missy Elliott and calling herself a bitch. They're all using the N-word and stuff like that. It's all like self-depreciation. But you have another group of people destroying somebody else's culture and making a ton of money in the process.
Right.
And that's not right.
And they're making them look bad.
BET and all that, they should own their own media. Everyone should own their own media. But when you don't own your own media, that's when others get to exploit you for their own profit and to your own demise, man.
And they control you, basically.
And they control you. They control which way you vote and everything through that.
All right, beautiful, beautiful. So we already know that BT is not owned by people who look like us, right? So a lot of great points were made. He took it back to the 50s and 60s. Our people were not calling themselves black. Okay. We had soul. When I say we, I mean, we still do have soul, but we were a soulful people then. All right. So with that being said, once we embraced the curse of being black, we took up the curse of the pale man. Everything started going downhill. All right. Another thing was with all this, our soulful energy. All right. They had to bring in disco in the 1980s because it was another era that was actually stepping in. So we had the soulful era from the 60s to the 70s. And in the 80s, they did another spell. All right. Everything is magic, black magic, right? They did another spell. And what they did, they brought in disco. And what disco did was it disconnected us from our soul. Disco, disconnection, disconnected us from our soul. And then boom, the crack epidemic, okay? The cocaine epidemic, the AIDS epidemic, right? Because our people were actually continuing a spiral, how would I put it? A spiral move, if I may, right? Towards the decline. And all that was supposed to happen. Because remember, we were the first. We had to become the last. So it was all part of the experience. But the people that were put in place to do that are the people that he mentioned that call themselves the chosen people of God right now. The question remains is which God? Most people don't realize that there are two gods, the righteous God and the unrighteous God. Yes, they are the chosen people of the unrighteous God. You dig? So my people, the curse has been lifted, but now you are holding on to it, by free will, by your own will, not free will, because nobody has free will. There is will. There's no such thing as free will. So you are holding on to that curse through your own will. So therefore, the self-destruction is literally what it is, self-destruction. All right. We don't have to support BET, but you do because you're under that spell. You're under that black spell. That's what it is. All right. So I'm asking you again, help me, help our people, and let's fight this black demon. That's the only way we are going to make things happen, because our ancestors don't like it. They hate it. All right. They despise being called black. So, with that being said, I encourage each and every one of you to correct your status. Let's continue to put that glitch in the system. Things will change because spiritually it's going to change. All right? Because there's a spiritual war and a physical war happening simultaneously. They mirror each other. And our ancestors are fighting, but you are the ones that's embodied their energy in this physical realm. So you're fighting them physically while they're trying to fight on your behalf spiritually. But at the same time, they cannot violate your will because everyone has will. So if you continue to call yourself Black, African American, everything outside of who we truly are, our ancestors will not intervene because they cannot violate your will. You feel me? That's why I'm going so hard on this black curse. Well, that's another reason. All right. So with that being said, those people that own B.E.T, they are the likes that own the football, the basketball, the hockey, the baseball, all the major joints, the courts, the police, all of that. And there's one goal: to keep us black. Because you know why? Because it makes them wealthy. And they will use people who look like us, pay them to get them richer, while they make our people broke, poor, and disgusted. That's facts. Wake up, my people. Wake up. Let's fight back. And it could be a silent fight. You feel me? We don't have to pick up a gun. We don't have to pick up a knife. First, work on yourself. Do the reparations. That's what reparation means, to repair. Give up the false identity and watch things start to move. Watch things start to change. That's why they put the Black Irish, not the Black Irish, the Black, the Gingers, the black, so-called Black Scottish. Didn't I tell you that soon you're going to see the Black Germans and the Black Russians and the Black, all of this in Europe? It's starting to happen. Like I told y'all before, everything that your brother been telling you is coming to pass. Ancestors got me on a mission. And the righteous ancestors at that, they got me on a mission. And that's to restore our people. My email is always in the link. Help your brother out. Help me help our people.